In this video, we'll learn about one of the most powerful features of WebTriggers. This is the ability to trigger on a web page when something specific on that page changes. In other words, it's the ability to specify a particular keyword and then be notified when that keyword on a page changes. So let's get started. The first thing we want to do is log into our WebTriggers account. And again, we go to the login page from the main webtriggers.com page. Put in our user ID and password. And here you can see we have one trigger running, and we can add up to 2 more. So we're going to add a new trigger. And what we're interested in is determining how the Honda inventory is at a specific Honda dealership. So we're actually interested in Honda pilots. So as you can see, they currently have 37 pilots. So what we want to do is find out when they get new pilots or how quickly they're selling their current inventory of pilots. So really what we want to do is find out how the inventory of pilots changes. However, notice that the web page also has the number of other models of Hondas. So if we just triggered the page to tell us any difference, we would trigger a lot and not really get the information we want. So we want to find out really just how the number of pilots is changing. And we can see that there are 37 vehicles. So what we do is we take the URL, we add it to our add trigger page. We want to do this every hour for a week. We're using desktop. Remember, all of this works on mobile, and if you open it up on your smartphone, the default will be mobile. And we're going to look at the Honda, the pilot inventory at Tyson's. Again, this is just a nickname that we give so we can, when we see the triggers, we know what they are. And we add this trigger. Now note, it may take a while, especially for these database searches, so we have to wait, be patient. And you can see up here it's working on getting the page. And once it gets the page, we'll see the home page showing that we have a trigger. As I mentioned, this can take a bit of time depending on the website, how quickly that website provides the page. And remember, we're doing a search, a database search. So now here's our previous trigger, and you can see we got our pilot inventory trigger. Now, as I said, that's a complex page, so we want to go in and really just trigger on a keyword so that we find the information we want. So we go to the View Edit page, and you can see there's our page with 37 vehicles matching. But as I said, if any of these change, the page will change, and the page will be triggered. So what we want to do is see what we can get from this page. Now the problem with all of this is that HTML really doesn't look like the page. As you can see, if we look at the HTML, there's a lot of stuff here. So what do we really want to find? Well, we want to find 37 vehicles matching and see if that changes. So let's take 37 vehicles matching and see if we can find that in the HTML. So we click here and we search for 37 vehicles matching and we search. And sure enough, there it is. It's on this line. Now this isn't in the actual HTML, this WBT. That's something that we add in there so you can find an anchor. And we'll talk about that a little bit more in subsequent videos. In this case, we don't need the anchor. So we'll just take the 37 vehicles matching. We'll copy that. And now we're going to make this a keyword search by entering it there and saying edit the trigger. And there we go. And now we can see in the trigger it says it's a keyword search with 37 vehicles matching. So now we just wait and see when that triggers. And it should only trigger when that particular keyword changes. Thanks for watching.